What's going on YouTube, and welcome back to the channel. So I just got done watching the Daryl Dixon spin-off series of The Walking Dead, and this show was a must review because it is so freaking good. So let's talk about it. This takes place a few years after the series finale of The Walking Dead, and Daryl finds himself in France, where the origin of the zombie virus outbreak happened. As he struggles to piece together how he got there and why, the series tracks his journey across France, meeting new allies and making new enemies along the way. So far, there's been 3 spin-off series of The Walking Dead main series, and to me, Daryl Dixon's is the best. The whole concept of this really reminded me a lot of Resident Evil 4, which is one of my favorite video games of all time. In that, we see Leon on his own, on his way to Spain, encountering Spanish zombies, saving a young girl, leading her to somewhere safe. The Walking Dead mirrors that with having Daryl on his own in a foreign country, encountering French zombies, and also saving a young boy, leading him somewhere safe. There was just so many things about this show that mirrored the Resident Evil 4 video game. I don't know if it was intentional or not, but I really liked it. I think this takes the Walking Dead franchise to a whole new level. It's aesthetically superior. There's so much substance in all the new characters, so much rich story and character developments, and you don't see that often in TV shows, especially like The Walking Dead. There are so many side characters within this series who I literally did not care about. I'm skipping ahead because I don't give a shit about this person or this unbelievable relationship. Like who was writing? Who believes this shit? Or this boring ass villain? Come on. But in this spinoff, everyone was interesting. Everyone had an arc. There were no filler episodes. Everything was killer. Even the kid Lauren. This is my favorite kid in this franchise. I know a lot of people have said they found him annoying, but honestly, I liked him a lot. Much more than I ever liked Carl. I liked Judith a lot, but I don't know. Lauren just had an innocence about him that I really liked. And I think he brought out the best in Daryl. He definitely brought out the worst in Daryl, but he also brought out the best in him. Matter of fact, he brought out the best in almost everybody he met. He was just a good kid. You know, what it is I think that I'm so used to seeing children in these type of situations, these post-apocalyptic zombie genres. Normally kids within stories like this, they are either sassy, smart-mouthed, stupid, or annoying, or just totally badass. Carl, for instance. I found Carl annoying as hell all throughout The Walking Dead. He was badass, absolutely. Very much an asset, I'm not denying that. But personality-wise, I found this kid annoying, especially in season 2. I was like, Rick, whoop his ass. Somebody smack him upside the head. This kid almost never listened, and it got him in so many situations within the series that, quite frankly, should have gotten him killed a lot sooner. Then there's Judith, who is a much better character and badass, but no real character arc. She was just a little ass kicker from start to finish. Very cool, not annoying, but never changing. You got Ellie from The Last of Us, who had a character arc, wasn't annoying at all, and also badass, but her, like every other kid in these situations, she had that sarcastic, smart mouth personality. Same thing with Ashley from Resident Evil. Ashley had all of that, plus she was annoying as hell.
Listen. Easy with that. My name's Leon. I'm here in the president's orders, and that went well.
But Laurent is the only kid I've ever seen in this type of genre that wasn't like that, ever. He wasn't a smart mouth kid. He wasn't sassy. He wasn't stupid. He wasn't even a badass for real. He just had a sort of purity in him that to me made him really likable. I've never seen a kid like this. He was just good. Living in a French convent with nuns, practicing Christianity, he never had any experience with the outside world or dealing with zombies or raiders like other kids had that leads to those dumbass moments where they're like, I'm gonna do this myself. I can do this.
I'm going to do this.
I just thought Laurent was a great character. The actor was great. When it comes to movies, there aren't many movies or TV shows that can make me cry. There isn't really any fictional thing. It's rare that I am moved by fiction. There have been a few moments in different movies that have made me emotional. Even in The Walking Dead, I started to cry when Herschel came back in Rick's dream in season 9. But normally, TV shows, movies, almost never have that reaction when something sad happens. Thanos wiped out half the universe. I didn't shed a tear. Tony Stark died. I didn't shed a tear. Negan killed Glenn. I did not cry. Sirius Black died. Rick sacrificed himself. Hell, Scar killed Mufasa. I never teared up. But Laurent telling Daryl that he didn't want to be alone, that did it for me.
Why would you do this? Why? How the hell are we supposed to get there now? Stupid little shit. Do you know what you've done? You think you're so goddamn smart. Worthless! I should have left you right where I found you. What do I do with you now? I want to know why. Why would you do this? Why? Tell me why!
Everyone I care about is gone. When we get to the nest, she'll go too. I don't want to be alone.
Yeah. Come here. I didn't mean it. It's gonna be all right.
There was so much good chemistry and acting all around, and that scene was just one in particular. But I also really liked Isabel. She's probably one of the most relatable characters in this franchise, with one of the biggest character arcs. Everyone had good arcs overall, and what impresses me the most is that Daryl Dixon, it's easy to forget this, doesn't exist in the Walking Dead comic books. This is a completely original character who started out as this redneck asshole, a watered down version of his racist brother who I could not care less about, but then grew on me and became one of my favorite characters in the franchise, even getting his own spinoff. That's what I call good storytelling. Daryl was probably the most equipped to stay alive and make it on his own in a world like this out of everyone. But becoming part of a family made him a much better man. And now we see how that much better man operates on his own and the choices he makes for himself and others. I thought the zombies were really cool in this show. This is the best they've ever been. Acid-filled zombies, so fucking cool. I like that we are getting different kind of zombies all over the world. It's not all the same. And the ones who lived, Rick and Michonne encountered mutated rock zombies, which were very hard to kill. And now in France, there's these acid zombies. That was so cool. The action in this was badass. Daryl's weapons were cool as shit, and I really liked the interactions he had with other people, mostly all the kids. The group of orphans, Daryl praying, them having soup for dinner, this was probably one of my favorite scenes throughout the entire show. It all felt fluid, and I just liked it. This story works well within the Walking Dead universe, but it also stands out from the other series because of the overall vibe of it. This show, it's like art moving in a wonderful storyline of people in a foreign country trying to escape their past and survive their present. I'm gonna say right now, I could not pick a favorite episode. I watched this series twice, trying to pick out like what episode that I liked the most, and honestly I couldn't pick one. I really liked 5, but I also really liked 6. I love the arena battle with Daryl and Quinn taking on super zombies. I loved Quinn's redemption. But one of my favorite scenes was actually in episode 2 with Daryl taking on like 500 zombies with his flail. I thought this was so freaking cool. I don't know why, but this is one of the scenes that really reminded me of Resident Evil 4. Just like with Leon, just survive, just fight till you can't fight no more. I really fucking love that. And I actually prefer him with this than with that crossbow he uses in the main series. To me, the flail is just a much more badass weapon. It's up close, it's personal, I like it. Overall, this was my favorite spinoff of the Walking Dead series we've got so far. I thought the villains were solid, a huge step up from the Pope and the Commonwealth lady who was really just the governor on steroids. This lady was way better and actually felt like a threat. I like how she wanted Laurent and Cordon just wanted Daryl, and so they formed this alliance with each other that you can tell isn't gonna hold forever. If you're a Walking Dead fan who feels like the series kind of went downhill after season 9, because I've heard a lot of people say that after season 9, the show just wasn't the same. I've heard some people say they stopped watching. I've heard people say that it just wasn't that good. I watched till the very end. I see what people are talking about. I liked it. I liked season 10. I liked season 11. But without Rick, it did feel very different. However, that being said, if you're one of those people that didn't really care for The Walking Dead after season 9, I really think the Daryl Dixon journals will revive your love of the series. I can't wait for season 2, The Book of Carol. Carol is back. Y'all know she finna fuck some shit up. I just hope at some point we get a reunion with Daryl and Rick. They teased the hell out of us with him talking to Carol on that radio. We heard her say Rick came back. That was such a huge tease, but it's like the radio's going in and out. He didn't hear it. He talking about who came back. Like, bro, come on, give us that reunion, man. I want to see Rick and Daryl reunite with each other. I was so mad when Rick came back and he just saw his kids. It's like, bro, like you got a whole freaking okay. I just feel like everybody should have been there. Maggie, everybody. Carol, Glenn. Guys, the Daryl Dixon show is really, really good. I mean, there's not anything bad I can say about it. This was the best series. One of the best series that I've watched, like, ever. This is something that can work on its own. I really like it. But it does fit, with the overall story of the main series of The Walking Dead. And I really liked it. There's nothing else I can say. It's really fucking good. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. Let me know what you thought about the show down below. Who's your favorite character? All of those things. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.